is that he knows the money's drying up. So he comes on TikTok and he says, well, we were making more money at home than we were out there touring. No, you weren't. And quit lying. We all know everything that comes out of your mouth most of the time is lies. So you ain't making that kind of money, or you could sit your tail down somewhere. No, you got Charles creating these diabolical meals. I haven't seen this sloppy Joe thing that they call themselves making. I haven't gotten a video. I have them blocked, so one of my supporters will send it to me. But I don't understand. It sickens me. So Miss Lovely says, I'm confused because when I don't like something or someone, I just click off of it. Absolutely. That is your choice. I don't know why, Miss Lovely, these people come in here being nasty and mean to Miss Hillary Sanchez and being mean to Miss Duchess, because we have an opinion. We clock his tea, and they can't stand it, and they can't control what comes out of our mouths. And what they don't understand is that when you tell me, I can say this for myself, when you tell me I can't do something, thank you for the gifts. I do it just to prove a point. I do it to prove a point. And Queen of Atlanta says it looked like throw up. Oh my gosh. So it's amazing to me. Everybody knows they can't cook. They can't cook. And that is going to go only too far. He is washed up. His face is drying up just like those bookings were. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. He's trying to attack other people because he wants to have the views. He wants to be spoken about in other types of ways. But what I'm trying to say to you is that it's really sad when you got a Joe supporter that's in here on a page that you don't like, and you're sitting here listening and watching me, and you do this to Duchess and you do this to other people, and you try to report, and you try to engage, and it's not going to work, because see, one thing about it is karma does not discriminate against anybody. Karma does not discriminate against anybody at all. And so what you have to understand is Joe Cosby has been doing the things that he thinks his audience wants to see. But in actuality, he's dried up. He's dried up. He lies. He can't even fulfill a backpack. He couldn't even fill a kid's backpack with papers, pens, crayons, rulers, and everything else. He couldn't do that. He couldn't even do that. And so that is the issue, is that, okay, you say that you went to hand out these bags and you didn't take the opportunity to film it. You didn't take the opportunity to film it. You didn't take the opportunity to film you passing out backpacks and the kids' reactions. That was just something that you decided to not do. I find it very hard to believe. and no one believes you did it. Especially when you are known to film everything. Miss Hillary, I know we talked about it last night, but I'm still saddened that Charles can't get a haircut. Miss Lovely, that is so true. And it's a shame. It's a shame that a grown man has to ask another grown man for permission to get his haircut. If you need to get a haircut, you just get up and get in the car and you go get a haircut. Why does he have to ask Joe? Why does he have to beg Joe and ask Joe for everything? Why is that? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And it makes me it seems really odd and strange to me. It seems really odd and strange to me that is what's going on, that Charles has to get permission. Do y'all remember that game that we used to play back in the day called Mother May I? When you'd have to say, Mother, may I do this? Mother, may I do that? Mother, may I do this? It's crazy. And Charles is a grown man asking another grown man for permission. It makes no sense. So you tell me what two men, another man gonna tell another grown man, can I go get a haircut? And then he questioning him and saying, well, yeah, you can go do that. Like, are you serious? Are you an individual? We know you can't think for yourself, radio, but you don't have to ask that grown man for permission to go get your hair cut. Go get your hair cut. It's simple. I mean, I know he's probably controlling the money that you're making, but let me tell you something. Tap the screen, guys. Let me tell you something. What needs to be clocked. Radio, you actually hold all the keys to Joe. Without you, there's no Joe. You need to understand, you hold the power to everything. I would flip the script on Joe Netta and I would be giving him money. I wouldn't be letting him give me handouts. I would be giving him handouts because you are the star of the show. You make that show, that whatever you call it, you make it. And anybody who doesn't get that, I can explain it to you. Tap the screen, everybody. He has more control over Joe than he actually realizes. Absolutely he does. He holds all the keys to the puzzle. He can control it all. I'm telling you, Charles can say, I'm not participating in this. I'm not doing no lunches ready. I'm going to go to a shelter or wherever and start over. And Joe will just disintegrate, just like those bumps do when they dry out and they go away and they come back again for another day. And I don't know if it's HPV or HIV, but y'all tell me because I'm so confused. I really am. Let's see here. He would literally disappear. Miss Duchess says, like when Charles says he talked too much and Joe got mad, of course he got off live. Yeah, and that's the reality. All y'all have to do is literally look at Joe Netta's body language. That's what you have to do. Look at Joe Netta's body language. his body language tells everything. He's fighting back and he was holding back, and Charles is talking and Charles is telling him how he feels and he doesn't like it. And he's just, you could just see it in him being fake and phony. It was eating him up in the inside. It was eating him up, festering. And then you could even see how he ended the live. Like, literally, who does this man think he's fooling? Excuse me. And Joe's got, oh, we know, Queen of Atlanta, that man has low self-esteem. He had low self-esteem the minute that he was in the 9th grade at the age of 17. We know he had low self-esteem. So that is real simple. We know he had low self-esteem when he started attacking women for no reason and their children and making fun of them for being on public assistance and food stamps. And it's the very same program that Joe has been on, and the very same program that Charles is on, and that his food stamps, and there's nothing wrong with food stamps. His food stamps hit, but don't get on TikTok making fun of people and you running into Walmart and Publix spending your food stamps like it ain't no tomorrow. You got Charles all the way in Los Angeles trying to sell his food stamps to try to get y'all back to Birmingham because y'all was stranded and you didn't want to sit down there for a 6-hour layover. So these are the types of things that I say that you say are lies, but you don't take your money to sue me. That's the thing. You don't take your money to sue me. And so if somebody is defaming my character and slandering me and making up lies, you are going to see what I'm getting ready to do at these courthouses. Now, you on the other hand, Jonetta, have given me 50 warnings. Tell Miss Hillary, tell Miss Hillary. Tell Miss Hillary. I'm tired of people coming and telling me because it really is something. Somebody just said a question and I just so happened to look down, and I'm going to pause my thought. They said, what did Joe do before social media? What did Joe do before social media? Well, I mean, to me, from what I know that dude was on Facebook running around with clown makeup on and bathing suits and wearing 2 pieces and scaring everybody in public view with them 2 pieces that he was wearing. I don't know. I personally could care less what he was doing before social media. What I care about is what this man has said about black women, his attacks to Duchess and to other black women's platforms, because he really doesn't have anything going on. There is nothing. He has zero talent. He has zero talent. He can't cook to save his life. If he had to cook something to save his life, we would be at a funeral right now. And we know that. We know that. And this is the funny thing that's so interesting to me, that these Joe supporters, tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. We know that they stay mad. We know that they're mad. We know that they stay mad. And it's okay. It's okay to agree to disagree. But one thing I'm going to tell you is I am going to stay on Joe Netta's neck. I'm going to be that constant reminder, just like when he gets up in the morning and sees all those things on his face. That is the reminder. When he looks in the mirror, I want him to think about Miss Hillary Sanchez. Miss Hillary Sanchez, when he looks in that mirror, because the nastiness that this man has for African American women and their children. And so I love it when his supporters come on here and say, I'm jealous. I'm obsessed. You want what Joe has. You want what this, you want what that. It's 11:03. We have 172 people in the room past my show time. I don't care about having 10 and 20,000 people in a room that you can't even interact with and read the comments. We are going to get our message through one viewer at a time, and it's working. And Miss Duchess knows it's working. Miss Duchess knows how it's drying up. We all know it. The only people that don't seem to understand it is his delusional supporters, which they can be. They can have the visors up. It's okay. But that is the bottom line. And that's the bottom line. And so the problem is that people come on here and especially, the supporters, and I'm very aware of his fan base and where they are. I'm very aware of his fan base. And that's the problem. That's the problem. I understand his fan base. And do Miss Duchess, do we need to put our money together, Miss Duchess, and go and try to buy up all the green peppers and onions in the state of Alabama so that we can get these 20,000 followers and we can cook all these diabolical meals and make everybody happy, make all his supporters happy? Is that what we need to do? I mean, and sugar, we got to get sugar. We got to get the CNH sugar cane tree and shake it. But here's another question I have. Here's a question I want to propose tonight on the late night edition of the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. Do we need to rescue Charles? Do y'all know how they have those rescue people of certain religions, and they go and they rescue people out of these cults and these religious places? Do we need to rescue Charles? Do we need to rescue radio? Do we need to send a SOS out to him and let him know that he doesn't have to continue to suffer in silence with that man creeping in his game room in the middle of the night, trying to pick him up and bring him in the bedroom with him? Do we have to help him, y'all? Clock it. Y'all clock it if you want Miss Hillary to clock it tonight. Please just clock it. Do we need to save Charles? Do we need to save radio? Please. Because, inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And let me say this. This is what Miss Mac just says. Y'all, Miss Mac just said in the comments, she wants Charles. I knew it. All in capital letters. So let me first of all break this down for you, Miss Mac. First of all, I'm a married woman. That's number one. So that's not even possible. If I wasn't married, Charles would be the last thing on my plate, knowing that he was anywhere in the vicinity of HPV or HIV or the spread of herpes. I would never, ever, ever. So I don't want him. But if I wanted him, I could have him. Trust me. If I wanted him, I could take him from Joe with the snap of my finger. Okay? So let's clock that. All right? Let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear. So what we need to do is free Charles. We need to free Charles. Okay? Because Miss Mac, they saying girl bye. Miss Mac, my chat saying girl bye. And you know, if they saying girl bye, you got to get a bus ticket out of here. You got to go. If my chat saying girl bye, you got to go. It's time for you to go, Miss Mac. So Miss Mac, don't come back. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Don't come back no more, Miss Jack. Okay? Now, let me say this to you, Lady Cash. Cash says, find something else to talk about. Okay, let's talk about why you're getting blocked, and I'm going to continue my show. Let's talk about that. Y'all tap the screen because they're mad. They're really, really mad, and it's okay. It's okay to be mad. But if you don't like my show, then tune out. You don't have to be here. Miss Duchess or Queen of Atlanta, if you don't like something that somebody has on their stream, you can click off. Am I right? Are you forced to be in this room? Is anybody forced to be in this room? Because I'm confused. I'm confused if I'm talking about Jonetta every day and you getting sick of it and you getting tired and you tired of hearing about it. Why are you here? I just want you to ask yourself that question. You're not going to deter me. I'm not going to be deterred. We need to save Charles. Clock it, chat. Save Charles. Save radio. Radio, do you need help? Do you need us to call adult family services for they can go out there and safely remove you from that house? If this man has anything on you, we can help you. You've got enough supporters on TikTok that we will help you. We will help you. Do we need to have a welfare check done? Because we know that man, what type of personality that man has. And when you're not drinking, Charles, you just speak so truly and you speak so freely. And I'm listening to you tell Big Joe that he talks too much. Like, you know how to talk, you know how to speak. He act like he's your puppet that moves. You only get to talk when he tells you to talk. Charles, listen to me again. You have the power to end all of this. You do. Do not be ashamed, Charles, if you have to go to a homeless shelter for men to start over, to save your money for months until you get on your feet and get you a place. But you don't have to put up with that man abusing you and coming in that room, trying to pick you up and take you in that room and do things that you don't want to do anymore. You don't have to do that. You actually have you actually have an audience. You actually have a audience, and we know that you don't have nowhere to go. But what I'm telling you is you have enough supporters Charles, that'll put you up in an Airbnb or a hotel to help you get on your feet, to rescue you, to get you away from that man and that food. Now, let me tell you something. Charles, this man already took out his first husband. He already took out his first husband, I hear, and contributed to this man's early demise by all that cooking that he was doing over them years when they were together. See, I'm trying to look out for you. I'm trying to look out for you, Charles. I really am. I really am trying to look out for you. And and we know it's allegedly that Joe's husband had an early demise due to contributing factors of Joe cooking the way he cooked in the kitchen. And it's allegedly, but I can see it. It's not that I can't wrap my brain around it, because all that sugar, all that he puts sugar on everything. He puts sugar on everything. It needs to have a tangy, sweet taste to it. Dude, are you serious? Fried chicken, fried pork chops, steaks do not require you to put sugar on them. And all of that cross-contamination that you do in that kitchen. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how he can take raw meat out of a package, then go over to the refrigerator, open up the refrigerator, pick up all types of other things, seasonings, don't wipe them off, use the seasonings, put them back, and then act like nothing never happened. Put ground beef in the refrigerator, cooked, uncovered in the original skillet, and I don't know what in the hell this man calls himself doing, cooking on high hell. He cooked pancakes on high hell. He cooks rice on high hell, and he don't even wash his rice off. Do people not know you're supposed to wash off your rice? That once you wash your rice off, it's supposed to be very clear. And when you wash that rice off, you don't get all that bubbling overflow of starch and dirt coming up out the pot when you've done your due diligence washing it out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it's so interesting to me. Y'all notice how Charles looked so happy on live video before he met Joe? Yes. I'm going to pull up for y'all some pictures soon with Charles with his white girlfriend. You have never in y'all life seen Charles smile and be so happy when that white lady put her hands around him and put her face up beside his face and they were standing cheek to cheek. You ain't never seen him allow Joe to get that close to his mouth. And so I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I got a video of Joe hugging him and Charles looking like, get off me. Yeah, because that's what it is. And this is what people don't understand. Charles is basically acting. Charles is just acting. It's a skit when the button comes on. When Charles is not on doing the little video or this or that, he's in his room playing his game, talking to other women off the app in other women's DMs, and then Joe ear hustling by his door. Who you talking to? Thank you for the gifts. Who you talking to? What's this? Who you battling? Thank you so much for the gifts. This is what we know. I'm not making this up. Have y'all not heard Joe Netta telling Charles to get people off the live from battling with him? Is this man that insecure? You got him in the trailer. You have him in the trailer, and you still that insecure that this man can't have a conversation battling a female on live, that you so threatened by that? That makes no sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense. Tracy says, why do you care? The same reason, Tracy, that you got your behind in this room asking me, why do I care? That's why I care, because I can care. I have a right to care. If you don't care, I care. So now you can excuse yourself out of here. What did you miss? Oh, you didn't miss anything other than me asking everybody, should we go over there and rescue radio? Can y'all say rescue radio or rescue Charles? Charles, do you need help? Do we need to call 911 to get you out of that house? Do we need to start a GoFundMe so you can get into your own place, Charles? Do we need to support you? Do we need to talk to all of the farmers, and ask them, will they please increase their efforts in their crops coming up to increase the production of bell peppers and onions and sugar and all of these other places, and even ramp up kid production on string cheese, because he's not slowing down anytime soon. He's buying up all these kids' string cheese so that they can't have them in their school box lunches, because he wants to cut them up in goop soup and put them in hamburger meat and all of this stuff. Like he can't get real adult cheese to put that stuff in. This dude got to sit up there and take all these kids' string cheese and cut it up in all that diabolical food that nobody really eating. Yeah, it's goop soup. Duchess, it's straight goop soup. I'm telling you, it's straight goop soup. And that's what he does. And let me cut up this cheese. It's finna melt up. And it's gonna thicken up when it melt up. No, that need a little bit more sugar. That need a little bit more sugar. Dude, bye. You don't need no more sugar. You don't need no more sugar. You need to stay away from the kitchen. Just start ordering out to go. People would not judge you if you ordered your food out to DoorDash and just put it on a plate and spared us watching you put together and cross-contaminate all that trash that you make it in that goop soup and goulash and all of that stuff, putting in mushrooms and meatloaf and talking about, oh, these is big mushrooms, y'all, and trying to push them mushrooms down there in that meatloaf that you had. It's disgusting. I never seen them eat healthy, not even a salad. You know, Queen of Atlanta, the time I seen them, and I ain't gonna lie on them, the time I did see them eating a salad, the time I did was the time when Big Joe was trying to be controlling as the man he is, and he tried to pull Charles's chair over next to him, and Big Joe threw that fork in that salad and said, F this, I'll get off this thing, and he jumped up and the plate almost tipped over and he stuck that fork in that salad. Do y'all remember that? Do my true supporters remember when Big Joe did that and he got off and ended the live because he was pulling Charles over and Charles didn't want to go? You remember that? Yeah. They was eating, yep, Queen, yeah, they were eating, he had a little salad he had a little salad on the side, because that's when he made that diabolical lasagna, y'all, with the pepperoni and the Velveeta cheese. Remember that? He made the corn on the cob, the lasagna with pepperoni, Velveeta cheese, and then he made garlic knots, and he had that salad because he took it over there to them doctors' offices and fed them doctors that mess. And they should have sued him. They should have filed all types of criminal charges on that man for going over there trying to harm them cardiologists and them medical staff. It's ridiculous. I remember it was full of banana peppers. Yeah, why? Why do you need to put a half a jar of banana peppers in each salad? It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Tap the screen. It's 11:23 at night for me, and we got 191 people in the Miss Hillary Sanchez show. What amazing. And I'm not even showing my face. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. But yeah, so y'all gotta pay attention. Y'all gotta pay attention to Joe's body language. Watch the body language. The body language tells everything. Don't look at his eyes. Do not look at his eyes, because his eyes will confuse you. You've got to look at his body language, but don't look at the eyes, because the eyes can do a million different things at once. And we still trying to catch up to find out what the eyes were doing. I'm telling you, he's the only person who can stand up, look at Charles, standing behind him, watching like a true creeper, watching him with that one good eye, looking at his YouTube page, TikTok, and the other pages, all in the same position, and never moves his head. And that's just the truth. His eyes is doing crossing and violating all types of traffic laws and crossing state to state, interstate compacts, and we don't know. We still right there with them, and he done been all over the United States with them eyes. So I mean, I can't call it. I cannot call it. His eyes hypnotize me. His eyes hypnotize you. I'm sorry. You better not be looking at that man's eyes like that, the way you getting hypnotized. Please don't do that. Like Biggie Smalls, I can unsee it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. It is. And I'll tell y'all something else. Joe Netta is really breaking it out with these butt pads. He's upgrading with these butt pads. I don't know if he's buying the Walmart butt pads anymore. He may have upgraded, and now he wearing them tighter pants with the shirt up to try to show off like he got something. Dude, set your tail down somewhere. You ain't got no BBL. And when you tried to act like you did and you squeezed up, I seen the whole outline of them butt pads going in when you stood up and act like you was showing off. People aren't blind. Did y'all not see that? Did my supporters not see when he just recently got up talking about, look at my BBL, and then he squinted in, and then you seen the butt pads at the bottom of his bottom squinting in until he sat back down? It's funny. Oh, you made a video of it, Duchess? Yes. So y'all seen it? Yeah, I be thinking, am I the only one that picks up on it? Now, can y'all tell me, clock it? Will y'all say clock it? And I'm finna clock something for y'all. I'm finna clock something for you guys with Big Joe. Because, see, Big Joe says, he says, well, y'all don't understand. I'm going to play the video. He said, me and Charles had a triple BBL. I had a triple BBL. And this is what you do, and this is what I done with the triple BBL. But he was basically trying to say that there's phases to the triple BBL. But then he gets on TikTok lying, talking about, oh, they tell me it's months and it kicks in and then you see it. Dude, bye. You don't know how to keep your own lies straight. You don't know how to keep your own lives straight. So we are going to remind you what you just said the other time, and I recorded you. So will y'all please tap the screen? I want y'all to tap the screen, and I want you guys to listen up. I want you to listen up to the man himself. You don't have to listen to anything I have to say other than I'm finna just find this video and let y'all hear it for your own two ears, what this man be saying and what he be doing. And it's not nothing that I'm making up. It's in his own words. And let me remind y'all of this before we go anywhere. Listen up, y'all.
Taraji P. Henson and the other guy, whatever. They said a little couple things, but everybody on social media was talking about Charles and Miss Netta. True. It ain't false. I'm not delusional. Y'all seen this crap. Y'all seen it all week. The whole social media was about Charles and Miss Netta at that BET Award. The other people, it really too much didn't exist. So I ain't delusional at all. I'm not delusional at all. Y'all go look at the numbers. Y'all go check that out. Y'all know that. Y'all know that clearly. All of y'all know we took over.
Y'all listen to the end of the video. He gonna say, thanks, Hillary.
Whole social media for that whole week, and we still taking over it today. Thank you, Hillary, because she the one that really had them ratings. Taraji P. Henson and the
Big Joe can't keep his lies straight, y'all. He cannot keep his lies straight. Let's recap.
Who that was how they hard? Hey. How they hard? Oh my God! How they hard? Oh my God! I want to get a picture with you. Hold on.
Now, why ain't nobody told us in all this tea that they've been spilling that somebody walked up to Miss Netta and called Netta Holiday Heart? And Netta answered. Netta smiling. He called Netta that twice, hugged him and all. You know why? Because Netta was nervous. This is the tea that Hillary was talking about. The receipt she wasn't able to get, but baby, I got it. Now, I'm going to slow it down a little bit for y'all here in a second. Okay. So this is Carlos. You see Carlos standing right there with them, right? Looking all nervous, looking in his phone like, I don't know, man, it's crazy. Like, he looking nervous like it's a problem. Netta looking like it's a problem, looking nervous, acting nervous. Charles looking down at his phone, and this is what they trying to find the receipt, the actual receipt from them at the bar. You see the 3 security guards? This is where they were detained. This is what Hillary was talking about.
See, this is what I try to tell y'all. This diabolical man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this man.
Baby, I'm sorry, baby. I brought that up. No. But we ain't gonna talk about people. You know, that's what I said. I wasn't gonna do it. Right, we're not gonna talk about people. I just wanted to say that somebody had
I'm talking about how tired I am of her.
I know, but you know,
I'll tell you how tired I am.
I'm sorry I mentioned her name, because you know, if we don't mention her name, she would leave us alone, I suppose, because you know, she don't have nothing to She is.
She's not a Clinton, so fuck her. It's that important. I don't care. Yep, that's right. I said I don't care.
Baby, I'm not gonna be messy.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not being messy. I'm not being messy. You know what I'm saying?
I was delivered from that. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. You didn't talk about it. I did.
Okay. Thank you so much. But I was delivered from that. My rehabilitation has worked, okay? Don't these people see my rehabilitation has worked. So I have delivered myself from evil. In February.